Our lives wouldn't be possible without these tiny creatures, the bees. To find out more about them, we went to the mountain area to the apiary. Bees are pollinators, meaning they help new flowers and crops grow. In fact, 1/3 of the global food supply is pollinated by bees. If bees did not exist, then neither would we. Now let's talk to the expert and find out the secret behind the black and yellow stripes. Bees are extremely social and organized insects. Their colonies are sometimes called superorganisms. Can you tell us further information about their families and systems?
Bees family consists of a queen bee and bees, both male and female, and they cannot live without one another. The family starts from the queen bee seeding the eggs. Other bees are taking care of them, nursing and creating best possible environment in the beehive. Then new bees join working family.
Who usually does all the work?
It does working bee, who brings nectar and pollen and nurse offsprings. They have everything as people: nursery, kindergarten, and school.
It's like they have their own kingdom. So what are the lifestyles of the bees?
The bees family can live for a long time, like 5 to 7 years. If something goes wrong and bee queen dies or becomes unproductive, then ordinary bees can substitute it. It calls low profile overthrowing. The bee lives 42 to 45 days. It dies because of tearing her wings off. But if it manages to reach beehive, then it can live for a long time, being busy with taking care and teaching new generation.
Right. Bees are actually great mathematicians, as they can consider distances between destinations so they can plan the best route. Is this true?
There are Reconnaissance bees or explorers who are looking for new sources of honey, or when bees family in a swarm condition, which means that they have to be divided and looking for a new home. Such a bee could fly to find a tree cavity or other suitable place to live in. This swarm condition might be happen when it's scarce of flowers around or cold night, but good beekeeper should prevent it.
What do bees do
During the winter, bees cuddle together into the club and moves over the frame inside the beehive with the queen bee in the center. Bees in the outer layer are eating honey and warming up others. There are special bees who feeds queen bee. They are using honey as a food and fuel during the winter time. Bees never urinate in the beehive. They do it only outside in the end of the winter. But sometimes, if the day is warm, they can fly from the beehive and do their stuff, making small spots on the snow.
So how do bees make honey?
First, bees collect nectar, place it to the cellulose, evaporate it, and then seal it. The honey is ready. I will show you the nest. Don't be afraid.
Bees produce 5 grams of honey in their entire lives. And to produce 1 kilogram of honey, bees fly the equivalent distance of 3 times around the earth. Imagine being a bee. Did you know that bees actually have 5 eyes? 3 on their forehead and 2 compound eyes. And the drones, which are the male bees, have larger eyes in order to find the queen bee.
This is what we call seed. It's a future new bees. Look, now new bee is appearing. The bee is born. Bees can add a special queen bee milk into the egg to produce new queen bee. Today we are happy and lucky because with the first frame we have found queen bee. Among 60,000 persons we have got the male. But it tries to hide. She doesn't like to be exposed. You are lucky today.
But to produce tasty honey, bees need a huge variety of flowers and a warm temperature. If you want to have more bees in your garden, then have more colors. To calm down the bees, we use the smoker.
Smoking makes bees peaceful. I will show you how cellulose starts. We set frame with wax and then bees produce cellular on it. They can do it because they have wax gland. It's already a low season and not so much honey. We keep this honey for them to go through the winter. Bees can identify her own beehive by the scent. This frame is full of honey. Queen bee doesn't live here because this frame is like a storage of food.
But how do you make tasty honey?
It's important to have rich variety of grasses around and fruit trees like apples, plums, and others.
The bees are known for making honey. Honey is known to be one of the healthiest foods since ancient times. Want some?